Hi friends, my kiddos call me Miss P. I am a first grade teacher. I'm in my second year teaching first grade. You can follow me on Instagram at And That's Why I Teach. I share lots of content about different activities we do in class, including crafts and just different things about the life of a first grade teacher and what we do throughout the day. So I'm going to share with you one of our favorite fall math crafts. This is something that I've done the past 2 years, and I honestly plan to use it for the foreseeable future. I just love the way you can differentiate it. I love the way it looks. The kids love it, and it works on so many different things in just one craft. So you can find this craft on Teachers Pay Teachers. It's by Glitter and Glue for K through 2. And it's called the Fall Math Craft Differentiated Leaf Craftivity Addition, Subtraction, and Counting. It is $3, but I have to tell you, if you're going to use it year after year, I think $3 is definitely worth it to purchase something like this. So not only can you differentiate this activity, but you can actually differentiate it 4 different ways. There's counting leaves, adding leaves, subtracting leaves, and 3 add-ins. I'm going to show you some different resources from the craft package, and then I'll show you my finalized craft. I did the adding leaves version, and I'll explain that as I go through. So to start, you will need a printed tree copy for each student. So this is the tree, and this is the subtracting leaves tree. You will need the matching question set for your tree. So this is the addition question set. So this would not go with the subtracting leaves tree, but that's okay. That I already did the craft for you. And then you will need some printed color copies of leaves. Now, depending on the craft version that you choose, will tell you whether you need 1 color for counting leaves, 2 colors for adding leaves. Subtracting leaves, you could do 2 colors or 1 color. And for 3 add-ins, you need 3 different color leaves. So we just print out a bunch of copies of these, and then my kiddos go from there. And then you will need something to glue those pieces onto. So I have a piece of colored cardstock paper. It's just brown, but I like to use cardstock paper for crafts, especially because that way I think that they look as nice when they go home to the families as they do when I hang them up in our hallway. So those are the materials you'll need, and then something to write with, a glue stick, and scissors. So it's pretty easy, pretty straightforward, but I do like to do this craft in small groups because I think that it helps with all of the moving pieces of the craft and really being able to dive in to the content of the craft and not just complete it as a copy-paste kind of situation. So what we do to start out is we cut out our leaves, and depending on the kiddos that you're working with, depending on how you would like to do the craft, you can either let them choose how many leaves they want to cut out, you can give them a set amount, you can differentiate based on math level. It's really up to you. So I would cut out the leaves first, and then you will take your subtracting leaves paper and go ahead and glue it right on the top of your paper. This is also an opportunity for us to talk about how much glue is too much. We like to do a little star and then kind of outline the star just to hit the corners and get the middle, and it works pretty well for us every time. So that's kind of our reference, and then you'll do the same thing with your question set. Go ahead and glue that right on the bottom of the paper. So they'll split the back of the paper and stick right on there. So we start there. This is when you can let your kiddos get creative if they'd like to color the tree brown, if they want to draw a background for the tree. That's up to you and your class. We also have the opportunity to work on some fine motor skills with cutting out of leaves, as well as gluing them onto the trees. So your final craft will look something like this. And each craft either tells you whether you need leaves in the trees or leaves on the ground. For adding, you can do either. So I did just a little mix of both. And then you'll answer the questions down at the bottom once you have them all glued in. And the questions say, my tree has blank blank. Well, you'll fill in a number and then a color. So my tree has 6 red leaves and 4 orange leaves. And then right here at the bottom, you have the opportunity to write the addition sentence for that equation. And then at the bottom it says how many leaves in all. Now I have 10 leaves in all. So this craft is just something we really enjoy as a class. The kids get to do their own thing a little bit, get to get creative with their leaf placement and leaf colors if that's what you choose to do. So I hope you enjoy this craft as much as we do in my class.